Okay, so we're going to begin our practice tonight on our mat. So you want to come into a seated position in the middle of your mat. And if you like, you can always support your tailbone with a blanket. We're going to bring our hands onto our knees. Go ahead and just close your eyes. Navigate into the rhythm of your breath. Calm down the thoughts of your mind. Just tune in to your body. The mind and body settles in. Begin to deepen your breath. As we count our breath in, count in 4 counts. As we exhale, release in 5 counts. And listen to the count of my breath and let me guide you. Empty that last exhale. Now take a deep breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Take another deep breath in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Last one. Breathe in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to your natural breath. Okay, let's open your eyes. We're going to start our practice today by activating our core using only our breath, the breath of fire. I love doing this when I am lazy and I don't want to do core work, and I allow my breath to stimulate that core activation. So breath of fire is almost as if you're snapping your belly in on a forceful exhale out. So you can do this with your mouth open or even with your mouth closed, but I find it easier to learn it through keeping my mouth open. So go ahead and just bring your hands onto your belly This way you can really feel that snap of the belly drawing in, like as you take that forceful exhale, you feel your belly just snap back in towards the navel space. And then you're going to keep repeating that motion. Even though you're not actively taking an inhale, in between those forceful exhales, you're taking those tidbits of inhales just to continue to take this movement in with your breath. So you're going to bring your hands onto your belly. Let's start slow. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Stop. Pause. You can feel the belly activating that motion of the core work, snapping in and out. Now, the key thing with the breath of fire, if you're not used to practicing this form of pranayama, you might feel lightheaded at times. So practice at your own pace. You can increase the speed to really pulsate that belly in and out and faster. If you need to pace it out just so you can take in the more body of breath in, you can do that as well and take breaks in between. So we're going to do this for the next 30 seconds. Take a break, reactivate it another 30 seconds, and then continue. Bring the hands onto the belly. Go ahead when you're ready. 15 more seconds. Beautiful stuff. You can slouch a little, take a break. You can feel that heart rate pumping, the body starting to heat up. And this is a great way. When I'm not on my mat practicing, I like to do the breath of fire while I'm just watching TV. It's my core workout when I don't want to do crunches, because you can still stimulate that muscle activation. We're going to do that 2 more rounds, and then we're going to start to flow. So hands back onto the belly. Remember, you can control how fast, how slow. Go ahead. Ten more seconds. Okay, take a break. Now this last time, if you want to try the breath of fire just through the nose, it's a little different. When you're breathing out through your mouth, you can feel that forceful exhale just penetrating out of your mouth. When you're taking it through your nose, it's a softer sound. I'm not sure if you can hear this, but hopefully you can. It's so it's a little bit different. It's not my preference, but for this last time, if you want to join me in trying that out to see what works for your own body, you can. So hands onto the belly. Last time. Ready? Let's go. Fifteen more seconds. And good. Woo! So that's the breath of fire. When it comes to core work, I do love to stimulate and begin my practice doing that. And we're gonna go ahead and meet on our hands and knees and start to flow, and then we're gonna ease into our core work. So our tabletop pose today, go ahead and place your knees at that hip width underneath your hip joints and tuck your toes. Hands underneath the shoulders. And you're just gonna softly gaze about 2 feet in front of you. Begin to spread the fingertips wide. Feel the knuckles and the heels of your hands pressing into the mat. And let's go ahead and inhale. Just lift your chest forward. Draw the tailbone up. As you exhale, push your palms away from the mat and round into your back. As you draw your chest forward on that breath in, bring your belly in towards your navel so you're supporting that back bend. And then exhale, curl the tailbone in, chin to your heart space. Take another deep breath in, draw your heart space forward. Continue to draw the belly in, engaging your front core. And then exhale, round your back. We're going to repeat this motion at your own pace. Return back to a place of center. Now, as you're here, I'm going to tuck your toes in. We're going to fall into bear pose. So our hands are right underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're pressing into your toe space. Now look down between your hands. When I say lift, you're going to bring your knees 2 inches off the mat and just hover, engaging your core in. Let's go ahead, lift. Continue to push away from the mat. You're pushing your hands away from the mat, filling into the space between your shoulder blades. Hold it here. Keep breathing. We have this for another 3, 2, 1, and then drop your knees down. We're going to do that 2 more rounds. And if it helps for you to identify with how long we're going to hold, think 5 deep breaths. So hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck your toes in. Ready? Let's lift. 5 breaths here. Keep pushing your hands away from the mat so you're not sinking into your wrist space, filling into the upper back space. Last breath here. And then drop your knees down. Beautiful. If you need to take a break from the wrist, just fall back into your heels in between. And we're going to come back forward. So before going to that third one, when I say push away from the floor, notice at the screen, notice how I'm just sinking into my shoulder blades at this point. A great way to know that you're dumping your body weight into the hands is when your shoulders shrug up to the ears. When you start to activate through the core and the upper back, you're pushing your hands away from the floor. Notice how I'm just pressing into my upper back, lifting into my shoulders. So this is a really great way to stabilize your shoulders, strengthen your shoulders and upper back while engaging your core strength. Let's do that 1 more time. Take a breath in and lift. 5 breaths here. Continue to push away from the mat. Draw that belly in. You've got this. and then knees down. Let's take a break, untuck your toes, fall back into your child. Stretch the hands forward. Bring your forehead down towards the mat. Just close your eyes. Let's walk your hands over to the left. So in between our core work this evening, we'll come back into a deep stretch, providing time for you to cool down that heart rate. Let's walk your hands back to the center. Continue to elongate through your low and upper back. Come over to the right. And then walk the hands back to the center. Slowly guide your hands in. Let's return back onto hands and knees. We're going to tuck our toes in. Taking that bear pose, we're going to kind of bring it into a deeper core activation. So this movement here is very similar to what we're going to do with the knees up. So you're going to come back to this position and then you're going to feel the hips drop towards the heels. But visualize that with the knees up. So when we lift, we're going to lift. And then exhale, we're going to hinge back. Notice how my knees are still off the mat. And I'm still kind of hovering my knees above the mat. My belly is ever so slightly lifted away from the upper thighs. And then when I inhale, I shift my shoulders on top of my wrists. On my exhale, I push my energy back towards the hips. So we're going to take it back in the neutral position, hands and knees. We're going to do that in 5 rounds, 2 different sets in 2 different ways. So you can see what happens when you go slow and what happens when you go fast. So let's start by going slow. Ready? Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Take a breath in, lift your knees up. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, push your hips back down towards the heels, knees up. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, press back. All the while, still draw the belly in. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Press back and just hover. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Come back for a neutral tabletop pose. Whew. So you can feel the heart rate just ever slightly pumping. There's a reason why it's called cardio core. Now the second one, when you do it slow, your muscles engage a lot more. But when you go fast, you hit the cardio pumping a little bit more. So we're going to do 5 sets of that, but we're going to pump it up and move a little faster. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Ready? Hands on to the mat. When you're ready, let's lift the knees. Take the inhale forward. Exhale, push back. Inhale forward. Exhale, push back. When you inhale forward, exhale back. 2 more. Knees still lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Bounce a little. Maybe pop the hips up a few times. 3, 2, 1. Knees down. Whew. Let's stretch it out. So you're gonna take this time while you're on hands and knees, take a break to stretch out the wrists. You can move it one wrist at a time, flipping hands back towards your knees, or take both like I am. And I'm just stretching out the wrist space, rocking forward and back. You can guide your breath on this one. Use your breath in to rock forward, the breath out to rock back. Okay. When you're ready, just bring the hands back forward one by one. If you need to circle into the wrist like I do, take a moment just to do that as well. Okay. We're going to take everything we just did and drop it back in towards a down dog, just step by step. So hands underneath the shoulders. Think of this as building blocks. Tuck your toes in. Ready? Lift, knees 2 inches off the mat. Exhale. Hips back, knees hovering above the mat. And then pop up and down. 3, 2, 1. Down dog. Lift up. Exhale. Heels down. Pedal into your feet to get a few more times here. Just warming up the back of the hamstrings. And then stretch your heels down in a complete down dog here, really pushing your upper body away from the wrist. Elongating from that fingertip to the back of your body, down through your heels. Good. And then lower down onto your knees. Ooh. We're going to do that cycle 2 my time. So you felt that slight cardio pump, slight core, and then deep stretch. So look forward to all the good work that you're doing so you can get to that down dog good stretch. Ready? Hands and knees, tuck your toes. And let's lift the knees 2 inches up. Exhale, push back, bounce. 3, 2, 1. Pop the hips up. Exhale, stretch the heels down. Pedal it out. Look at your toes. Now, while we're pedaling, you're still activating a slight cardio heat in there. But make sure that you don't let this movement and the pace of that movement control how strong and deep your breath goes. I'm going to stretch the heels down. Take a break. Really shake your head no if that feels good. And then drop down to your knees. Ooh. Kind of roll it out side to side, let it feel good. Really have fun with this tonight. This is not your typical vinyasa, power yoga, or any class. It's the hybrid of meeting core, cardio, and a yoga style. So this last one, what's going to change is that I'm going to have you do the pop up, pop down. Instead of 3 counts, we're going to do 5. Feel that extra pump in the heart. And then when we fall back into down dog, you're going to pedal, pedal, pedal as fast as you can to get that cardio going. And then cool down in a couple deep breaths in down dog. And then child's pose. So hands, shoulders, knees on the mat, tuck your toes in. Find all that good juice and strength that you have right now. And let's go ahead and lift the knees 2 inches up. Hold it here. Exhale. Hips press down towards the heels, knees off the mat. Pop up. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the hips high. Start to pedal. Go as fast as you can. We're going to do this for another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down dog. Stretch it out. Let it feel good. Ooh. You can take the feet a little wider than the hips if you like. Keep stretching out the back of those calves and hamstrings. Gazing right between your legs. 3, 2, 1. Child's pose. Let your hands relax. Fly the hands towards your feet. Drape your shoulders around your thighs and knees and head down. The heart rate will rise and fall today. Find the deepest moments of silence and quiet. Come back to the deep, nourishing breaths you had. To slow down your heart rate. To calm down your mind. Okay. Let's go ahead and lift our head up to come back onto our hands and knees. This is a little softer of a core activation, and it does involve some hip mobility. So I'd like us to open up some hips first. So you're just gonna rock the hips left and right. Perhaps rolling the hips down towards your heels just to reawaken the hip space. We're going to freestyle for about a minute just to loosen up the hip joints. So what you can do if you want to add on is I like to stay on my hands and knees and just literally pick up my right knee or one side of my knee and just circle it out. I'm just warming up that hip joint. And all this will make sense when I puzzle this together on what we're going to do to activate the core and engage into hip movements. Once that feels good, we're going to come back onto hands and knees. So typically we see this done in down dog and shifted forward into a plank with knees up to step forward. But for the purpose of this practice, we're going to do hands and knees. So you're going to stay on your hands and knees. You're going to kick the right foot out. Hold it here. Keep all 3 points of your hands and that left knee on the mat. I just want you to bend the right knee. Don't move your upper back yet. And bring that right knee in. Look to the screen. Look how low my right knee is. Right now, I'm not activating my core at all. So to activate my core, I'm going to round my back and lift the right knee high to my chest. And that's part of your core and your hips moving together to activate. And I'm just gonna exhale, extend and energize through the back of the right heel. Ready? Draw the right knee in towards your belly, tuck the chin towards your chest, keep hugging the right knee higher. Exhale, extend and look forward. And then slowly round into your back. Keep hugging the right knee actively towards your chest. And then exhale, extend back. We're going to do that 2 more times. Draw the right knee in. When you start to bring yourself hugging the right knee up to your chest, remember, we still want to push your hands away from the floor, filling the space, the upper back, and then exhale, release. Last one. Draw the right knee in, round into your spine, hold. So you have the energy and the lift, and lift that right knee a little higher. There you go. And then exhale. Woo. Bring it back. Right knee down. Take a little break. And then we're going to move it on to the left side. So if you're feeling this a lot in your wrists, be mindful of 2 things. When you start to hover over, you're going to feel more body weight shift forward. So instead of going like this and sinking down, while you're hugging the right knee up to your chest, you still have to actively push your hands away from the floor to really lift into the upper back. So a lot of things working at the same time. So I started doing this not for core work originally. It was because I was doing this for shoulder physical therapy. Every time I lifted one part of my body up, I had to work my shoulders a little harder for keeping it stable. But then when I was on hands and knees, I realized that my shoulder and upper back were not the only ones working. It was actually my core in conjunction with it all. So everything works together so you don't overwork into one part of your body. So we're going to do that on the left side, hands and knees. Ready? Let's start from the basics. So you can push from the floor, lift into the upper back. Fill that space. Without losing this, then lift the left leg back. Once you lift the left leg, readjust. Continue to push your hands away from the floor. Feel your entire arm activating to engage the upper back space, shoulders, without losing that. Curl the left knee into your chest. As it comes into your chest, keep pushing your hands away from the floor. Keep hugging the left knee up towards your chest. And then exhale back. And then take another breath. Draw the left knee in. Keep pushing the hands away from the floor. Imagine you're trying to fill into the upper back as you're hugging that left knee in. Exhale back. 3 more. Draw that left knee in. Keep filling and pressing and rounding into the upper back. And then bring it back. There you go. 2 more. As you draw the left knee in, continue to push the heels of your hands away from the mat. Keep curling the left knee up towards the chest. And then bring it back. Last one, we're going to hold it a little longer. Go ahead and bring it in. From here, so you can push your hands away from the floor, reactivate the upper back and shoulders. Hug the left knee tighter up towards that left chest. 3, 2, 1. Bring it back. Left knee down. Drop back into the hips. Work into the wrist if you need to. Let it feel good. And let's go ahead and take that movement into a float, step forward, and we're going to stretch, and that's it. So a lot of the vinyasa work, a lot of step through work actually is a lot of upper back and core strength. So doing it on the knees, you can just visualize and see what parts of your body needs to work more first. So tuck your toes. Let's bridge everything together. Right leg back. You're going to bring that right foot between your hands So you're gonna curl the right knee up towards your chest, keep rounding into your back, and then step forward. If you can't bring the right foot between your hands like mine, I'm just gonna scooch that right heel up underneath my right knee. And then all I'm gonna do, because my left knee is not far behind my left hip, I'm just gonna lift the left knee and walk it back about 2 inches. So my left knee is behind my left hip. You can come onto the fingertips and go ahead and just inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head. And then when you exhale, just drop your chin towards your chest to look down to the right foot. We're gonna open up that front left hip flexor for a few deep breaths here. As the lower body begins to open up that front left hip, we're gonna engage our core. So the way we're gonna do that is I wanna have you just lift the upper chest up, let the hands rest on the upper right thigh. As you're here, you're gonna slowly extend the arms forward so the arms are parallel to the mat, palms facing in. So your palms are facing each other. There you go. Now, as you breathe in, we're going to return back to this neutral space. Your belly's drawing in towards your navel, and a lot of your core strength is what's helping you balance in this position right now. And we're going to twist through the core. Exhale, twist that right hand back. Follow your gaze to the right, and then inhale, bring it back forward. You should feel the twisting motion through your obliques. Exhale, twist. On the breath in, rise the right hand back to the left hand. And then exhale, twist one more time. Inhale, bring it forward. Got 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Exhale, twist. Hold. 3, 2, 1. Right hand back to center. Inhale, just lift the arms up, gaze back for 3, 2, 1, and then lower the hands down onto the mat. Flex into the right foot. Let's stretch out that right hamstring. You can walk your fingertips back just to help you straighten out the right leg. Continue to take it all the way back. Focus on the lower body first. Feel the hips extending towards the back of your mat. So you can flex the right foot up so it's pointing towards your chest. Now as you inhale, so you can lift the chest forward, elongate through the spine first. And then exhale, bend your elbows, drop your chin down to your chest. Just come back and breathe and relax. Okay, let's step that right foot forward, crawl your hands up. To reverse out of this graciously, we're gonna walk the left knee until the left knee is underneath the left hip. This way, it'll make it easier for you to slide that right knee back. And we're just gonna roll out the hips. We're gonna revisit this on the left side. So come back for that neutral tabletop. Take the left leg back. Let's practice that core activation here one more time. While your left leg is up, so you can push away from the floor, lift into the upper back first. Without losing that, then curl the left knee Bring it towards your chest. Continue to fill into the space between your shoulder blades as you're hugging that left knee up towards your chest. And then step up. If you need to, scooch that left heel a little forward until it's underneath the left knee. By all means, make the adjustment. And then we're going to pick up the right knee. Move it behind your right hip until you can find a solid opening to the front side of your right hip flexor. Beautiful. You can pike up to the fingertips so you can inhale, just lift your head up, gazing slightly above towards the ceiling. And then exhale, chin towards your chest. Let's close your eyes. Deep breaths. So remember that sensation in your top front right hip right now. We don't want to lose that as we rise the upper body up. So continue to anchor your lower body. And then we're going to walk your hands up onto that left thigh. I'm going to be twisting towards my wall, so you're going to see my back twist towards you, so you can see a different kind of view. From here, once you have a solid balance and you're just really anchoring down through the lower body, then go ahead and bring your arms parallel to the floor, palms facing each other. Ready? Take a breath in. Exhale, twist the left arm back. And then inhale, bring that left hand forward. Exhale, twist the left arm back. And then inhale, bring it forward. Your core and your upper body should be twisting with you. Exhale. And then inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Last one, let's hold. Exhale, hold it here. For 3, 2, 1. Inhale, meet back at the center, and then gently lift the arms up towards the sky. Roll them towards the back of your mat. Keep gazing up, and then release. Hands onto the mat. Catch your breath. Flex the left foot. And let's go ahead and just start to walk your hands back to soften the right up. Stretch into that left leg. Now as you're starting to open up the back of that left hamstring, don't sit your hips straight down towards that right heel. Feel that tailbone just like a line from your tailbone, and it's stretching towards the back wall or the back door, whatever's behind you. And when we inhale, we want to lengthen the chest forward to exhale and deepen by bending the elbows, curling your chin in so your forehead is trying to meet your left knee. And release. Step the left foot forward. Guide your hands up. And then let's reverse out, taking the right knee, walk it forward underneath the right hip. And let's scooch that left foot back, left knee on the mat, taking any hip and body movements on all fours. That feels good. Okay. Let's go ahead and just sit your hips down. You're gonna walk your hands up towards your knees. We're gonna meet back here to stretch one more part that we don't really stretch a lot to. So we did the wrist, which is also a space that we don't love enough. And then this time we're gonna hit the ankles and the tops of your feet. So if you're really tight, you'll know immediately when you try to lift the knees up. Have the hands kind of meet to the sides of your body. At this point, my inner thighs are touching, my knees are close to the mat. And I'm just gonna start to walk my hands back. I'm gonna start to lean my body weight back. So I'm gonna start feeling my body weight shift on towards my toes. My knees are starting to come off and lift off the mat, like you can see here. And the higher you lift, the more you're gonna feel through the tops of the ankles, your feet. So I don't want you to feel pain. I just want you to find a point where you can feel a nice opening and stretch. And just kind of hang out there for a couple breaths. If you have balance here, you don't need your hands. You can just bring your hands to your heart center. And just 3 more breaths here. Okay, we're gonna bring the knees down. The tops of my feet are on fire, and I'm sure yours are. So we're gonna release it by taking the hands on the mat, lifting back to hands and knees. When you tuck your toes in, you're gonna feel that immediate release, and just sit the hips back down. Toe stretch. Okay, let's go ahead and stretch it out. So we're gonna come back onto the mat for seated poses. So I do have a core work on the mat that we're going to do later. That'll be a little fun, but soft and gentle as well because you're going to be on your back. But let's stretch it out. So I want you to take your left foot out, right foot in. Bring your left hand onto the right knee, right hand just to the back corner of your mat. And you're just going to twist enough so you're going to still gaze towards the side, but not facing to the back of your mat just yet. Let's go ahead and return back to a place of center. From here, you're going to keep that left hand onto your right knee for a deeper right body stretch, or you can place the left hand down before you. Whatever you like, you can choose. And we're going to float the right hand up, right palm facing towards the left. And then we're just going to start to lean into the left body. Stretch that right hand over towards the left foot. So the reason I'm grabbing my right knee, it's making it a lot harder for me to reach for my left foot. And it deepens that right body stretch through the rib cage. Go ahead and tilt your gaze up towards the ceiling, opening up the right shoulder back. And then release. Woo. Right hand up, left arm up. You're going to pivot your torso towards the left foot and exhale, forward fold. Take a few more grounding breaths here. Relax your hands. I just want you to flow the hands back towards your hips. Rising your body up, returning and facing towards the top side of your mat. Take the arms up towards the sky. And at this point, you're just going to wedge without moving your upper body. Move the right foot to the center. Let the left foot meet into bound angle. Just move into the hips. And let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen through the fingertips. When you exhale, grab the hands onto the tops of your feet. So once again, just lengthen through that breath in. And we're going to exhale. Bend your elbows towards your waist. Roll your forehead down. Let's close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Breathe out. Just roll the upper body back up. Inviting the right foot to the right corner of your mat. Letting that left foot meet in. Let's work on to the other side. Our right hand to that left knee. Left hand towards the back of your mat. And just ever so slightly, just twist and turn. Deep belly breaths here. Okay. Go ahead and turn back towards the center. You can choose to bring that right hand onto the left knee and keep it still there. Or you can go ahead and just relax that right hand forward in front of your left foot. You're going to guide that left hand up towards the sky, left hand pointing towards that right side of your mat. And I find it really helpful as I'm starting to dip into the right body. I walk my right hand in the opposite direction as my left arm's pulling towards the right. Make sure the left hand's facing down towards the mat. So you're creating internal rotation through that left shoulder. take a moment here. Just want you to go ahead and look up towards the ceiling. At that point, maybe look wherever your left hand is. If your left palm is facing up towards the ceiling like I am, I want you to rotate that left palm down. There you go, beautiful. Feel the difference in terms of how that rotation impacts the deepening of the side body. And then let's go ahead and release, floating the left arm up first, and then floating that right hand up towards the sky. As we pivot your torso towards the right leg, we're going to exhale, hinge from your hips, bring it down, hands to calves, hands to ankles, hands towards your feet, whatever your body can do. Begin to take 3 deep breaths. And gently just roll the upper body up. As the hands guide back towards your hips, you're going to float them through the front side of your body up towards the sky. Without moving your right foot, I just want you to open the left leg out to the left side of your mat, a straddle position. And just move into your sitting bones, rounding into your body, flexing into your feet. Those toes are moving up towards the ceiling. And then just exhale, relax. Drop the hands down. So with this position, everybody has a different form and ability to deepen and fall forward. So I always like to start right close to my inner hips. And you're going to use your every breath in to walk the hands up one step and then lean down on the exhale. Take a breath in, walk forward, exhale, come down. You're going to repeat this motion up until you find this is my limit point. Once you bring yourself into that space, before you collapse into your upper back and drop your chin down, look towards the screen for a moment. Look how my back is just ever so slightly rounded and my chest is really caving in towards my body. I want to find that one last breath of length. So on my breath in, I'm going to just see if I can lift my gaze up. Feel my chest just stretching, like my heart is just yearning for the top of my mat for something. And you continuously just keep opening the heart space forward, chest reaching forward. Once you feel that length aligning from the low back to the upper back, then go ahead and collapse and turn and surrender your entire upper body in. All you've got to do here is breathe. Listen to your breath. At this time, begin to soften the weight of your upper body. In a natural gliding motion, I want you to just roll up, sliding your hands in, rolling one vertebrae at a time until your head stacks above your neck. Go ahead and bring your hands outside of your legs so you can move your legs towards the top of your mat. Adjusting hip to hip. You're going to inhale, lengthen the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. You can grab onto the sides of your calves. You can move down towards the ankles or even grab for your feet. Let your chin rest towards your chest. You can relax the back of your neck. In this last forward fold, I ask you to be honest with your mind and your heart tonight. For the purpose of awakening our inner fire, to activate our core, find a symbolic meaning to that. What does it mean for you? What is the core within yourself that you can reawaken to the power of your inner fire? Relax your arms, relax your legs, and begin to roll up one last time, one vertebrae at a time. With your eyes closed, we're going to turn the attention inwards. Feel the hands touch the mat below you. At this point, you might be in the middle or back of your mat. Without opening your eyes, guide yourself towards the middle top of your mat. And when you're ready and you're there, go ahead and lie down on your back. I'm going to give you 1 minute to take any final adjustments to your body. And once the body is open and eased and calm, prepare for that final Shavasana, resting your hands on the belly, along the sides of your body, whatever will allow you to surrender on the mat so I can guide you in the mental hand. Close your eyes. Deepen into your breath. Ground your body to your breath. Give the weight of your body to the mat. As the breath develops more body, and as the body surrenders to that breath, may you dive, may you navigate, may you walk into your inner self a little deeper. Take a deep breath. Take a deeper breath. Now take your deepest breath. And as you exhale, shed your physical body, your physical form, your mind. In our practice today, we focused on activating our physical core, igniting our inner fire through breath. But beyond this physical form lies a deeper core that we turn to for empowerment, strength, for guidance, for a purpose of will. Focus your mind at this point on what awakening your inner fire means for you. To draw meaning to your inner fire, condense and find a symbolic word that describes or embodies your purpose with your inner fire. One word. Focus your mind on that word. Repeat the word silently in your mind 3 times. Continue to repeat this word in your mind. Hear the word resonating louder in its sound. As the words continue to repeat in your mind, I want you to cup your hands together. Between the space of your palms, you carry, you're going to float that word into that sacred space. Cultivate and strengthen that word. Strengthen and embody your inner fire within the grasp of your hands. Can you feel its vibrations? Can you see the light and colors that is your inner fire? Well, one part of your mind continues to cultivate and grow your inner fire and light and vibration right within your hands. I want you to visualize that space of your solar plexus right below the ribcage. As you take your next body of breath in, on your exhale, I want you to place your hands and flood it on top of the gateways of your solar plexus, letting the palms sit strongly in that space. Feel the warmth of the heat on your hands. Feel that energy of your inner fire penetrating deeper within the layers of your inner self. Breath growing stronger. The power of your inner fire awakening with every breath you take. As this cultivates within you, like a layer upon a layer, visualize the physical form of your body. See it, feel it. Now with your hands right at the solar plexus, imagine your hands as the outer body experience, starting to push your inner body back into your physical form. Aligning discovery of the inner fire you found, pressing it inwards to your inner self, diving it and grounding it and sealing it into this physical form and body and vehicle that you live in. Take a few more breaths here. When all parts realign, your hands just gently fall to the sides of your body. Like its own sun, your inner fire flows this energy down through your upper body, your arms, energizing from fingertip to fingertip. You take another breath in, and it channels that same energy down through the belly, the thighs, your calves, down through the feet, awakening toe by toe. And like a surge of light and fire that ignites within, your arms spark up and reach all the way behind your head. Your feet grounding back towards Mother Earth, feeling every sensation just tingling back as you roll onto your favorite side. With the power of your hands, power of your body and inner mind, you press actively up, coming into a seated position. Hands to the heart, hands in prayer. You bow your head. I like to think of our inner fire and the thing that embodies our true core, our core self, as layer upon a layer, an inner fire within another. And together, when they're aligned, they are at their most powerful ability to bring us the deepest empowerment, sense of strength, and purpose of will. So as you lead on to the rest of this week, I hope you're able to channel this new energy to let your inner fire be your guide. Let's open your eyes, lift your head. Namaste.